Welcome to GR Hub Mathematics and Statistics lessons. Today we are going to be talking about sorts part 1, where we are going to be considering what sorts are. But for us to understand what sorts are, it is necessary we understand what rational numbers are and what irrational numbers are. So let's start with what rational numbers are. Y is said to be a rational number if it can be expressed as a ratio of two integers, say A and B. Take note, integers are positive or negative whole numbers. So if we can express y as a ratio of two integers, a and b, taking note that b must not be equal to 0, because when b is equal to 0, the whole fraction is undefined, then it means that y is a rational number. So a rational number is any number that can be expressed as a ratio of two integers. That means all numbers we know, all natural numbers are integers, and all integers can also be called rational numbers because all of them can be expressed as a ratio of two integers. For example, 4, a natural number, can be written as 4 over 1, 4 divided by 1, or it can be written as 8 divided by 2, it can be written as 16 divided by 4. So it makes 4, that makes 4 a rational number. Again, minus 2 can be written as 16 divided by minus 8. You can also write minus 2 as 4 divided by minus 2. You can write minus 2 as minus 2 over 1. So that makes minus 2 also a rational number. So a rational number is any number that can be expressed as a ratio of two integers, and integers are positive or negative whole numbers. Now, when a number cannot be expressed as a ratio, a real number cannot be expressed as a ratio of two integers, then that real number is now called an irrational number. There are several types of irrational numbers. For example, the number pi, the Euler constant E, the square root of 2, and so on are examples of irrational numbers. But that's not the focus of this video. What we need these ideas for is to help us understand what sorts are. So that being said, let us now look at what sorts are. Sorts are a type of irrational numbers formed by taking the roots of rational numbers. So sorts are a type of irrational numbers obtained by taking the roots of rational numbers. Note that all the numbers mentioned above, the number pi, the number e, and that's the Euler constant, and square root of 2, are examples of irrational numbers, and sorts are another examples of irrational number because they are only different from these numbers we've mentioned earlier simply because of the way they are formed. Sorts are irrational numbers formed by taking the roots of rational numbers. So let's quickly look at this next thing I want to say. Take note, the sorts we will be looking at are what we call quadratic sorts. So sorts can either be quadratic or non-quadratic. For example, square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 7 are examples of quadratic sorts, while the cube root of 4, the cube root of 5 can be called examples of non-quadratic sorts. So what quadratic sorts are, simply put, is a set of sorts that are formed by taking the square root of rational numbers. Then non-quadratic sorts are sorts that are formed by taking higher roots of rational numbers. So take note again, sorts are a type of irrational numbers formed by taking the roots of rational numbers. Sorts could be quadratic, they could be non-quadratic. Quadratic sorts are sorts that are formed by taking the square root in particular of rational numbers, while quadratic sorts are sorts that are formed by taking higher roots of rational numbers. Do like our videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be seeing in the next video on sort. Thank you.